welcome to Perth Grammar News. Action!
Welcome to the only part of the show dedicated to S1 to S3s. First, Duke of Edinburgh news. Before the holidays, we had 36 third-year pupils successfully complete application forms and gain places to start training for their Bronze Award from Monday the 5th of October onwards. Pupils will also be undertaking a fundraising walk on 14th of November. Good luck to all those taking part. We'll bring you more news on this when it happens. In addition to the tremendous work being done by S1s, S2s and S3 pupils in the school, we also have a number of people whose wider achievements deserve to be recognised. Congratulations to the following S1 Perth Grammar School pupils.
Amy Simpson recently won a karate competition in Meadowbank, and Ryan Bell was selected as team captain for the Lethem Tangerines Football Club for the rest of the season. At Perth Tennis Club Championship, Lewis Wilson reached the semi-finals in the under-13 singles, and Sean Holden made it to the second round of the doubles. Reece Cargill is excellent lawn bowler and has become junior club champion for Stanley Bowling Club. Fern Blundwell won the 1,100 Thistle badge in archery at the Eastern Area Championships. She was placed first and she achieved a personal best score. Amy Simpson, who is already a black belt, achieved third place in WKF Karate Championship. And Neve McKendy in S2 recently won a gold medal for Taekwondo. A huge well done to all of you. And finally, a reminder that rugby training takes place on Wednesday lunchtimes. See Mr. Venter or Mr. Dudgeon in English if you'd like more details.
And now for the senior news. The S6 Winter Ball takes place on Thursday the 10th of December at the Lovett Hotel Perth. The cost of this is £22. Pupils should have already paid their £10 deposit and the remaining money has to be paid by mid-November. Ms Gallier has requested that tokens from the courier are to be collected and handed into the school office. This will be passed to the PKC Duke of Edinburgh Association to enter a competition to win a minibus. The S56 Parents' Evening and Course Choice will take place on Monday the 10th of November from 4:45 to 7 p.m. The online booking link and information on the course choice information can be found on the website.
And sports news, action!
The NFL came to Wembley this weekend with a new record attendance being set at 84,021. The game ended with the Jacksonville Jaguars winning 34-31 over the Buffalo Bills. Also this weekend was the Rugby World Cup semi-finals, with Australia and New Zealand being the teams to secure their place in the final. Australia beating Argentina 19-15 and New Zealand beating South Africa 20-18. Britain were also provided with success this weekend, with Englishman Lewis Hamilton triumphing in the US Grand Prix and Scotch rugby player Mark Bennett being put forward for the award of World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year. We're in the middle of the Davis Cup season for tennis, so Mr Hunter is going to tell us more about that.
Said it. What is the Davis Cup?
The Davis Cup. Well, the Davis Cup, I suppose people nowadays maybe are watching the Rugby World Cup on the television, so it's the same kind of idea as the top nations in the world are taking part. So it's like a tennis World Cup event. So it's tennis, my favourite sport.
When did we last win it?
Last won the Davis Cup in 1936. And in fact, Britain has won it 9 times. So now that they're in the final, if they were to win it this time, it would be 10 times, and that would be more than any other country in the whole world. I think France has won the Davis Cup 9 times as well. I should have said actually the Davis Cup, if you want to go back to that last question, it actually started out being a tennis competition between America and Great Britain only.
Okay,
in 1899.
Shh,
I'm talking. And then it kind of opened up to other countries in the whole wide world. Alright, so that's how it started originally, but it's now extended so all the big countries in the world can take part in the tennis competition.
Why is it so impressive that we've made it into the final?
Because they haven't made it into the final for about well, it's about 30 years, I think, or sometime in the 80s, I think was the last time we got there. And obviously you're competing against, the top nations in the world. And for long enough, I think everybody knows that Britain hasn't had a fantastic team. We've got Andy Murray at the moment, which is a huge reason. But in the past, you've competed against your Americas, your Spains, we've got Nadal, and all the top players in the world, tend to have come from Spain or Switzerland. And we just haven't had enough quality players. Andy Murray's good. I played tennis myself, but I never got called up for the Davis Cup. But we just don't have the quality. So at the moment, I've got to the final with Andy Murray now in the team. It's a great achievement.
Who do you think will win and who do you want to win?
Belgium will win. And that might annoy people. I don't know. I think actually Belgium have a great chance because the Belgian team have a lot of players in that are higher ranked than the British players, apart from Andy Murray, who I think will win his 2 singles. The key is the doubles. If Britain can win the doubles, if Andy plays with his brother Jamie, then they'll win it. The key is the doubles. But if the Belgians win the doubles, which they could do, because they have quality players, then I will go down to how the other British players compete against the Belgians. And the Belgians are higher ranked than the other British players that are in our team. So it's going to be close. It's also on clay as well, which is not a surface that suits the British players because it kind of slows the ball down. And it's a pity as well, it's in Belgium. The way the Davis Cup has worked out, it's not kind of like European Cup or anything where it's decided well in advance where the final's going to be played. The final's decided on the basis of where the last 2 teams played. So Belgium actually played Great Britain a few years ago in Britain, so now that they're playing again it has to be in Belgium. So it's a pity that they won't be there to watch it, but obviously they'll be watching it on the telly. It's at the end of November, everybody, so I hope you're going to be glued into that and cheering on Andy Murray, who of course comes from Dunblane, David, not far away, just down the road, so that's why we should all be supporting Andy Murray.
Yay.
Magnificent Scotsman.
Okay.
So we'll see. They've got a good chance.
And now for world news. Action.
A massive news story has developed over the last few weeks in Syria, where the Russian government has decided to respond to the crisis in the country by launching concentrated missile strikes on rumoured locations of the fundamental terrorist group known as ISIS. The crisis has been at the forefront of many world leaders' agendas recently, with the likes of Barack Obama and President Putin looking for a solution to the issue, and it seems Putin has found one before his US counterpart. The news that Russia has bombed Syria from warships stationed in the Caspian Sea has brought widespread condemnation from the US and our allies, with US Defence Secretary Ash Carter saying that he believes Russia is the wrong strategy and that they continue to hit targets that are not IS. He believes that this is a fundamental mistake. Another fast-developing plot has been that of the Volkswagen emissions scandal. One of the top-grossing car manufacturers in the world, they face a severe backlash from world leaders and concerned customers alike following their admission that they installed devices that fake lower emissions during tests. This means that motors installed with these devices are pumping out far more emissions, that's to say exhaust fumes, than the legal allowance. This has led to outrage from environmentalists who are concerned by the way it will affect the environment. There are also a number of issues with taxes, and as a result, Volkswagen are facing an $18 billion fine from the US government. A corner has been turned in Africa, with no new reported cases of Ebola this week for the first time since the outbreak began in March 2014. Ebola, which caused widespread panic following rumours of an outbreak in the UK last year, has mostly disappeared from Western headlines up until recently. Despite this, the disease was still at large in African countries, with more than 11,000 deaths since the first case was reported. However, it seems that at last the disease is finally beginning to die out, with new cases falling sharply in 2014, and with no new cases in the last week, it seems to be that the worst outbreak of Ebola in African history may finally be over. However, concern is mounting following a relapse in the case of the Scottish Ebola nurse. Let's hope she makes a full recovery. A little closer to home, an 18-year-old man has been charged with murder following the death of a Liverpool police officer who was struck by a car. PC Dave Phillips, a married father of 2 children, died on the job as he responded to the report of a burglary in the early hours of the morning. A stolen pickup truck taken by Clayton Williams, the driver, and another man turned a corner and hit the stationary PC Phillips, who was attempting to stop another vehicle. He died shortly after. Later in the week, hundreds of people turned out to pay their respects to the officer, a candlelit vigil at New Brighton's Fort Perch Rock, we're on. This leads us into a debating point for personal support. Should the death penalty be brought back to deal with murder cases, and if so, how far would it go? Should Clayton Williams be sentenced to death after he knocked down PC Phillips, or should it only be given to those who show real intent, such as serial killer Joanna Dennehy, who murdered 3 men in 10 days back in 2013? Or do you believe differently, instead think that life is important and that everyone can change?
And that's a wrap.